Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, first of all, I thank you for accepting my participation in this scientific conference, and I thank all those in charge of it, and I'm pleased to present to you this research topic entitled using the local heritage in musical education to produce creativity. Moroccan child music as a model, presented by me, Omar El Blidi, as a member of cultural industry and faculty of arts and humanities, Mohammed the First University, Oujda, Morocco. So as an introduction, you can say that nowadays practical scientific studies and research penetrate all fields of science to develop and to advance them, especially education sciences. From this point of view, and based on the fact that Morocco is striving to achieve progress at the level of its global classification, at the level of quality of education, and to pay attention to its human and immaterial capital, the necessity of adopting a preventive treatment plan based on scientific research to preserve the intangible heritage and its exploitation. In the development and the construction of a generation of tomorrow's Morocco. We can say that the importance of the study lays in the fact that it seeks to verify the effectiveness of musical teaching program based on the local heritage of children, in preventing and renewing part of Moroccan musical heritage for children, and raising the levels of creativity and academic achievement of the learned child. In the other end, theoretically, Guilford suggests that creativity can be understood as a type of intelligence similar to that responsible for divergent thinking. And the divergent thinking, as you know, is the process is responsible for an individual ability to produce an abundance of diverse ideas when confronted with an open-ended problem. Guilford postulated too that divergent thinking can be broken down into several recognizable and measurable abilities that can in turn be used as markers of creative performance. Abilities represented in fluency, or the ability to produce many diverse ideas, which can be used to measure the level of divergent thinking. Flexibility, the ability to adapt or change one's line of thinking in order to answer question or solve problem. The originality, the ability to produce unusual idea, and the ability of achievement, the ability of produce complexity in details and their minimal stimuli. These four characteristics of divergent thinking have become the basis of most creativity research to date. Torrance' opinion as a scientist interested in study of creative process about creativity in terms of products was based on the limited initiative of Guilford, which allowed the development of simpler and measurable activities for standardized assessment for all levels of age groups to produce what is known today as Torrance test of creative thinking. So, as method and results, you can say that firstly, a sample of musical heritage of children in a different region of Kingdom of America has been written down and digitized, and booklets have being prepared that includes the theoretical side and the musical performance side based on Zoltan called a method of musical education and Moroccan heritage template. And the school children were divided into two group control and experimental groups, and passed the adapted Turing's scale for creativity before and after applying the educational program. An important change, as you can see, was observed in the distribution and mean of the creativity index among the experimental sample before and after the application of the program. In the charts representing the pre-test, we found 109 as the highest value of the creative indicator, increasing to 163 as the highest value of the same indicator during the post-test, especially for students under 12 years old. So, by examining the difference between the result of experimental group before and after the program, it's clear that there is a statistical significance. So the educational program drawn from sample of the child's folklore affects his creative ability positively. You can say also that music and musical education have effective rule advancing the creative and aesthetic sense of child, whatever his environment and social circumstance. But it's necessary to deepen the study this aspect to obtain more accurate and more important results. And as a recommendation, digital heritage library should be created. Also, the creation of schools with experimental initiative to disseminate the educational program, also producing documentaries and supporting studies on the life of children and other of interest to their history, and of course qualifying creative teacher. So, as conclusion, you can conclude by saying it's clear from the study that scientific and interventional research, especially within the field of education sciences, is no longer luxury, but mainly in shaping the future, building generation and a major pillar for the advancement of nation and civilization, the multiplicity of their cultures, and the repression of their peoples. So the quality of education today as the human and immaterial capital has become urgent priorities within the desired development plans to ensure the well-being and the progress of nations and societies with the will of Almighty God. So finally, and I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your kind attention to this presentation. Thank you very much.